Excuse me. Excuse me. I gotta do it. Now, what I want to go to you, this is part of that. This part of Jeremiah, what I read to you just then. Let me continue this since I got quite a bit of time. Okay? In other words, God told us that He's gonna call the families out of the north, starting with Alexander the Great. All of this, and they were gonna set their uh, against all the cities of Judea. They was going to set all of their kingdom around Judea. Afghanistan is around Judea. Iraq is around Judea. We're sitting at the brink of a great tribulation. They're going to get ready and they're going to start a war with Iraq because what's going to happen here, this man refused to serve God. He went in and started creating molten image. Molten images. You know what molten images is? When you make vehicles out of stuff you melt down. Engraving images is when you use that lay machine and create the mold to make these things. You got to know the significant facts. What they go and use the engraving machine, which is the lay machine. It produces everything, and then you go and you melt this iron down that you find in the earth, and you create designs and make these things you got. Why did God tell us this? And from the foundation of the earth, God spoke to Adam and Eve, and He said, "Don't take off the fruit of the tree of knowledge, which the universities go into the universities of good and evil." What's about that you don't understand? You go look at the foundation of the world when God created and made all things. He made everything and He said this was good, and He said be fruitful and multiply. But He's telling you the things that God created for man, the use of man, didn't need no fuel. It didn't need no gasoline. It didn't need no diesel, and it didn't need no electric energy to run itself. You look at the horse, you got to see something about that horse. God created that horse for that man to use it to carry him around. The ass was a burden beast. The man, God created him to run. You don't need fuel to run him. The ox plow, you don't need no gasoline to run that ox. Neither do you need diesel fuel nor electric energy. We missed of all, but Satan demonized that man, and that man went and he created and manufactured graven images and molten images, which resulted in these aircrafts here. And these aircrafts, the trains, and all of these things created by the hands of man, from molding and engraving image, causing him to go over there and declare war on God's people because he needed crude oil, because he created an industrialized world that runs off of natural resources that he created with his own hands. God told him from the beginning, don't take off that tree, fruits of the tree, of knowledge, of good and evil. It makes you open your eyes and you would want to become God. Look at the United States of America. They God. They trying to take on God. They are not on the earth plowing the ox, not on the earth plowing the mule, but he's up on the brink of the earth trying to rule the whole world from the other people, looking in his neighbor's backyard and through his neighbor's window, from above up on this planet. They're trying to control the whole mindset of other peoples and other nations and not taking care of their own. They have caused and corrupted their land and made it a bed of thorns and briars. But when a man opened his mouth to show him his fault and tell him that a God is sitting here watching him, and he commanded me that I tell him, and I will not hold my peace. I want to tell him what God tells me. I don't care about money. I don't care about money or nothing. You can't buy me nothing. You can't give me nothing. You can't sell me. I look at Maxine Waters, Charles Raymond, Michael Biggs, on and on. The devil have tried to enter my house illegally, trying to set up surveillance cameras to see what I say, to try to find faults against me. I'm just like Daniel. They sit up and create a situation to Daniel. Say, the only way we're going to get Daniel, we got to find a fault between him and his God. And they set up standards and cause Daniel to transgress the law of democracy, but not the law of God, when they call him praying and serving their God. But this same thing, they got Maxine Waters on it and Charles Raymond. They's up there with all the money and everything, and the man that they gave the $96,000 to go buy something about a year ago, the Black Republican. They targeting our black peoples, the leaders. I said this in the book, so the poor black people won't have nobody to fight for them because they're going to target the ones up there. And when they entice them, make this thing look so good, they go take a piece of the cake and they bite off it, and then they got it. See what I'm talking about? This is what we got to understand. We got to be more smarter. We got to be more wiser. We got to beat that man at his own game. Don't let nothing entice you. Don't let nothing trick you into something because you have gone in a way that you should not have gone. That means I said, can't nobody give me nothing. They can't buy me nothing, and they can't sell me nothing. The only way they're going to get me, they're going to sit up and tell a lie on me. That's the only way. Because I'm going to hold to my integrity towards God. They've tried to get these people around me. I see them. Right in front of me. They're moving right in my front door. But God told me this before they came. If they can't find nothing against you, you don't take and bite off that apple they have placed before you. They'll send drug dealers around there to try to set you up and try to take your life. This is a double-edged sword, this demonic mindset man got. He trying to include every person on this face and put him in his net. And they'll sit out there and they'll take an eavesdrop, but I don't care. I say anything that I want to, and I will stand before God and stand on his feet, and I will tell him I'm not saying nothing that I won't say before his face, because God commanded me, saying, you see here in Isaiah the prophet, he commanded me that I said, tell them. He said that verse 7 and 17 in Isaiah, Jeremiah chapter 1. Thou therefore gird up thy loins and arise and speak unto them all that I commanded thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them. For behold, I have made thee this day a defense city, and a iron pillar, and a brazen wall against the whole land, against the kings of Judea, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the peoples of the land. And they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee, said the Lord, to deliver thee. This is my message that God given to me.